Greetings to viewers old and new. Victoria Skydancer here with a little something different because we're in Equinox season just a little bit still, and we're definitely in Eclipse season. We're starting that up, and I wanted to do a little bit of a combo reading. I had promised the goddesses to do the Equinox, and I had promised the cats to do the Eclipse, so we're going to split the difference here. And of course, the cat deck is Cat Wisdom. And the goddess deck is the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. This deck is 20 years old as of this year. Amazing. And it still looks really good. Okay. Now, let's get into the reading. So, I asked the cats what would be the most important things to consider during the eclipse season. And this card came up, and I'm like, I see that because this coloration pertains to the third eye, and especially with eclipses, and especially with Mercury going retrograde next week, the path ahead can seem a little bit fuzzy, a little bit uncertain. So yes, there is doubt that arises, especially with all the energies moving around, and there have been a lot of energies moving around lately, and there will be a lot of energies moving around still, especially during this eclipse season, and especially as we get further into the year. It's a dynamic time, yes, most definitely. So, with that in mind, another card came out to remind us, isn't she cute? And this connects to our crown chakra, our seventh chakra, our gateway into the divine, our connection with our higher power. So even though the path may be a little bit fuzzy and uncertain, this is a time to not panic and ensure that we are well connected, we are well resourced, we are grounded, we are centered, and things are going to work out for us. So no worries. Now all this happens, of course, in the season of Ostara. And I want to point out the last line here, giving birth to new conditions. This is what we're in the business of doing right now. This is what we're going to be taking the time to do during the eclipse season, especially as we go from the full moon to the new moon. Just getting really clear on what we need to see, what we need to keep, what we need to release, because it is spring in the northern hemisphere, and it is the time of the spring cleaning. And we can do a little bit of spring cleaning in our own lives. And if you're in the southern hemisphere watching this, this is also the time of the fall. So yes, as you're gathering stuff together to get through the winter, you can also see what's not quite perfect in the harvest and let it go as well. The other reason I bring this card up is because this is the second time this year this card has come up consecutively for me for a new moon and a full moon. Because I draw a goddess card, one for the new moon, one for the full moon, one for the new moon, one for the full moon. This is the second time this has come up in 2 consecutive draws. This has happened one other time. And it bears showing what other card happened to come up in 2 consecutive draws. Her message speaks for itself. This is the most challenging thing, I think, we're faced with right now. Loving ourselves, especially others, and the situations we might find ourselves in, no matter what. But this is the gift of unconditional love. It supports us, it nurtures us, it guides us through whatever storms are going on. It is there when it's sunny, it is there when it's rainy, it is there when everything's wonderful, it is there when everything is going to shit. So, this is an important card, especially in these times, because we humans tend to have a bad tendency towards othering, and othering is the first step towards dehumanizing, and we really don't need any explanation of what happens when we don't see the other people in the world around us as completely human. We have plenty of examples of what happens when that happens. So this is an excellent card to remember, and this is why I was prompted to include this card as well in the reading. All right, so I'm going to pull back. Take your screenshots. Screenshot time. And let these cards and these sentiments in these cards guide you through the eclipse season, which will end on April 8th, when we have our solar eclipse in Aries, which will be quite interesting as well. And I will endeavor to do a blog post on my wetware blog to kind of go into more of the metaphysical stuff as well. All right, that's that reading for this moment in the astrology. So until next time,